to the Intangible Cultural Heritage session. I would invite Dr. Chuden Misra, Member Secretary INTAC, who is moderating the session, to come up and start the session.
Namaskar and good morning, and hope everybody is now seated. If they are not, the others are asked to please go and get them. Now, in my mind, I think this is the most important session of the whole convention because it is a session where 5 intangible ladies are going to speak to you. In all our lives, husbands are important and wives are always at the back, but mind you, they are the ones who have the wisdom. So that is what intangible cultural heritage is about. Intangible cultural heritage brings to you what finally becomes your tangible heritage. Because without the glue of wisdom, of knowledge, of tradition, of rituals, of keeping people together, you will not have the tangible heritage. Who has made your beautiful monuments? People who have first seen it in their mind, imagined it in their mind, and then it is translated into action. And then they carve it on the temples, and that becomes your tangible heritage. So, mind you, please do not consider intangible heritage as something which is less solid than the intangible heritage. I am reminded of two sessions earlier. One was what Sudha Vasan said. She said that most of our landscapes, most of our tangible heritage is produced or conjured up by the people. So the intangible heritage is about people, people's knowledge, people's wisdom. Without people, we are nowhere. So therefore, she also said a very important thing, which I will remind all of you. She said that we must not adhere just to the Western concepts of what UNESCO tells us. We should adhere to our own principles, to our own knowledge and wisdom, what comes from our own ethos, our Indic cultural ethos. So therefore, she said that we should be the leaders and influencers and not the followers of such principles. So I exhort all our conveners to be now the leaders and to take things forward, along with, of course, we will also try and work out the parameters for our own heritage, for the Asian heritage, for they say the 21st century belongs to Asia. The second speaker who I'm reminded of is Kanisetti, the young Kanisetti who spoke to us in the keynote address. If you have read his book, which is called Lords of the Deccan, in that book he talks about all the Kakatiyas, the Chalukyans, and the Pallas, and all the Cholas, and everybody building huge amounts of temples. And why did they build the temples? They did not build it because they were very religious. They built the temples because they realized that the people went to the temples, the people appreciated the temples, and if I may say, it was slightly political, therefore they constructed numerous temples. So therefore, this glue which intangible cultural heritage brings to the table must not be belittled. You must always remember the wisdom of the people of India.